WholeNewGame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And for Los Angeles, a big point of emphasis: control the tempo, push it at your speed. Don't let them slow the game down. And also don't allow yourselves to get rushed, because that's when mistakes happen. And King James graces the court in this one. With all he's accomplished, LeBron has to have entered the conversation with Michael Jordan as the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kenny?
Yes. I think he's entered the conversation, but that conversation still starts with Michael Jordan. You know, he's been doing it as long as you can imagine LeBron, but I don't know if he's reached MJ status.
And it's just amazing how long LeBron has been dominating. But I'm the GOAT. Don't get it twisted.
Okay. Okay. I put you in that conversation.
Or is that a sheep?
You're the sheep.
It's an NBA afternoon game here on this Thursday. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Seth Curry, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's McGee in at the center, filling out the middle. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt, with guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Porzingis can't hit.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Misses off the right iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Curry, good.
Nice body control by Seth Curry. I mean, he's so good at fending off defenders on the way up.
James looking around. Kuzma outside. Here's McGee. Sinks that one from the post.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Doncic, no good. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's LeBron. Doncic with the steal. Knocked away and stolen by LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
When LeBron's able to get into those passing lanes and come up with steals, he's looking to punish the defense at the other end.
Dallas with the ball. Fires from 14, and Doncic gets it to go.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside, Green. Passes to Davis. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. McGee finds James. Clock at 4. Count that one.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Doncic. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Makes it off the glass.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Here's James. And James throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Here's Doncic. Bucket is good. Doncic has got 6. Lakers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Free throw drops for James.
Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And you might think about what sets LeBron James apart among the all-time greats. He's the only player who's top 10 in both scoring and assists.
Well, I would even take it a little further, guys. His overall all-around brilliance is what truly separates him from the rest of the great players, because he's top 20 in steals as well as approaching top 50 in rebounds. That's remarkable, and he's done it from day one.
Here's Powell following the basket by Anthony Davis. Now here's Hardaway. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He told me defensively they have to stop dribble penetration, challenge the lobs at the basket, and generally make it difficult to get to the front of the rim. They don't want this to turn into a dunk fest, because that will not end in their favor. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example setter. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Cauley Stein dishes to Barea. Here's Kleba. Dallas again missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Pass to Dudley. The dish now to Waiters. Takes it from 10, and that one goes long.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
To end the run, and Barea finishes inside.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Here's Caruso. Brunson covering for 3. Caldwell Pope. That one, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And that goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Cauley Stein.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
Lakers leading by 5. And there's the pass to Howard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Barea with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Here's Finney-Smith. It's good. Great play set up by Barea.
And, you know, Barea is a capable floor general. Very good at setting the table for his teammates.
Here's Caruso. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
First one falls for him.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Markieff Morris is checked in for Jared Dudley. The Mavericks also with a sub. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And good on the second, so he makes them both. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Cauley Stein kicks to Kleba. Here's Finney Smith, and Dallas again with the bucket. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first. Waiters outside. The 15-footer. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Pass to Barea. Releases from the wing and drills it. And now just a 2-point Laker lead. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
And Los Angeles guys shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Cauley Stein. Wright is out there with J.J. Barea. And there's Jackson. And it's Kleba in at the power forward. It's Jackson with the drive. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Lakers in the lead. Caldwell Pope right side. Passes it to Smith. Nailed from three-point land. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Here's Kleba. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Cauley Stein finds Wright. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, and it's the Lakers on the break. Smith with the ball, and it's in there. And it's a 6-point Laker lead.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Back to Barea. To the middle. Here's Wright. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pope feeling it out a bit. Cook the pass to Morris. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Outside Jackson puts up a three. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got his third assist on the night. Here is Cook, guarded by Barea. Cook, good.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Goes up the baseline. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got his fourth rebound in this one.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard, as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
And the Mavericks call time here. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injury.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still.
The Lakers. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for Morris. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And James subbed in for Cook. Now here's Hardaway. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Boy, how about the move there from Hardaway, showing off another aspect of his game with the ball handling.
James against Doncic. James in the post. Porzingis with the block, and they're able to recover. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And that sends Anthony Davis to the free throw line. It's on Luka Doncic. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Free throw good, Davis. Clark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio, when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age, and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Green bounce pass. Out to Kuzma. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Doncic with it. He's picked up by James. Doncic, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Green kicks to LeBron. Shoots over Doncic. Again, Los Angeles.
James, clearly one of the best offensive talents of all time in the NBA. A special scorer with what seems to be a limitless arsenal.
Now here's Curry. Back to Doncic. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
At the line for two.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie contract. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Jared Dudley's checked in for JaVale McGee. Dion Waiters comes in for Danny Green. And it's Alex Caruso in for Kyle Kuzma. We talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
One shot. One shot.
And that one misses.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Here's Brunson, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on LeBron James. The Mavericks shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Two.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And he can't hit the second. Lakers leading by 9.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Well, we'll see if they have the awareness to realize that.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
Now here's Brunson. Another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on LeBron James.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Mavericks shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
The first one falls. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. And Dallas also making a switch. Jackson, he's checked in for Powell. And he makes both free throws. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of the game. Doncic against Waiters. Down low, here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And here's Porzingis for a 3. And so that brings the first half to a close. Los Angeles on top, up by 11. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I
man, they is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got our offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Coming off an outstanding game last time out, it doesn't look like he's lost any of that momentum here tonight. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Got to give it to AD. Took control of offense, never let it go. Just becomes more patient and more confident in everything he does. Perennial MVP candidate.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel.
Well, so much of the last few seasons have been lost time for Kristaps Porzingis. That ACL injury and then working back from it in the 2019 campaign. Never an easy road to start it.
Yep, that one goes. Davis has got the lead up to 13 now for the Lakers.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Powell kicks to Porzingis. Doncic against Green, looking to end his cold spell, and Doncic lays it in. Doncic has got 8 points. Greg, with all the time that Porzingis has missed, it's easy to forget just how dominant he is when he's healthy.
KP is one of the few game-changing talents in our league. He can carry an offense and boost an entire team's defense with his presence on the floor.
Curry's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Bangs home the trifecta. Kuzma's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Mavericks trailed by 14. On the wing, Doncic, guarded by Green. Here's Powell. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis.
And this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here is Hardaway. Murray finds Porzingis. 4 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Lakers ball.
Boyes is checked in for Davis. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And it's Wright in for Luka Doncic. Los Angeles leading by 16. James outside. Good good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Three-pointer Wright drills it from outside. Wright's got 5 points so far.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
And the dunk by James.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Now here's Curry. It's stolen by Green. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Kyle Kuzma. J.R. Smith's checked in for Green. And Cook sub in for LeBron. Smith, nice jump shot. Good. He has 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. A lot of turnover for the Mavericks this season, but they bring back restricted free agents Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And, you know, those 3 players have made steady improvement, and that's a credit to how the Mavericks develop young players. They also bring length and athleticism to that rotation. He seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 19-point game. Cauley-Stein with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Barea. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer Wright. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists in the game. Los Angeles leading by 16. Cook the pass to Morris. Pass to Howard. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. The Mavericks pull it in. Cauley-Stein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Barea finds Cauley-Stein. Right, the pass to Finney-Smith. Right outside. That 3 off the mark. Lakers have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the 3rd. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Lakers with some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Waiters in for Cook. Jackson, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Wright. Left side, Waiters. Fader on the way. Count that one. And the Lakers lead by 18. Here's Brunson. 1:25 left to play in the 3rd. And the pass to Finney-Smith. He kicks to Barea. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Waiters. The quick look, no good that time. Mavericks trailed by 18. Pass to Barea. Outside Jackson. From outside the arc. Hits it from 3-point range. Jackson's got 7.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Now Howard. And here is Waiters. Yep, that one goes in there. Waiters got his 2nd basket.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Brunson. Cauley-Stein kicks to Finney-Smith. Passes to Barea. From deep. Excellent D there from Waiters. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. back to Waiters. Fires for three. It's not going to go for him. And so it's Los Angeles out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, on the wing, Doncic and Jackson. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4 spot.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Here's Waiters. Drops in the layup for 2.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Brunson finds Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. Jackson looking it over. Doncic, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. And it seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 17. And that one, good.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Now here's Waiters. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Lakers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Free throw, no good for Waiters. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
Free throw, good Waiters. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. We talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
The shot's good.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Raiders against Doncic. The 10-footer tips it up. It's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 20.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
Green, the pass to McGee. Kuzma outside. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Here's Porzingis following the basket by Anthony Davis. Outside Curry. Three-pointer. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Raiders for three. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
On when you see that step back three, Clark for Doncic. Shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what they say, Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top notch, just like James Harden's. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance, but I think his quickness too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
That free throw good from Doncic.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding.
Now here's Green, and the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. And that'll be his third foul so far. LeBron against Doncic. LeBron outside. Pocket six. Shoots the three. The Lakers rebound. The wide open look here for Kuzma. Trains the three-pointer. And the Lakers lead by 21.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Hardaway. Kicks it to Curry. Here's Doncic. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. On the wing, James. Guarded by Doncic, and they double up James. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
And so it's Dallas with it. Mavericks trail by 21. And stolen by James. Here's Davis, and finished off by Davis.
Well, you've got to be careful around LeBron and mindful of his presence now. He's very opportunistic defensively, and with that size, speed, and anticipation, he can pick your pocket.
Doncic, no good. Lakers leading by 23. James outside. Here's Kuzma. Goes back up, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Already a skilled interior player. At times when Kuzma is close to the basket, you have no choice but to foul.
And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
2.
And he makes the first. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build. but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Dudley comes in for Anthony Davis. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for LeBron.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Here's Marjanovic. Wright trying to break free. And that one's good, Marjanovic.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Davis.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Dallas. Kuzma outside. A fadeaway, and there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Kuzma.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Now here's Wright. Marjanovic kicks to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brunson. Buries it from three-point range.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Now here's Kuzma. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, were you satisfied with the team's performance tonight?
We got a very good team, but in order for us to continue to improve, we have to go out and we have to defend, we have to play for one another, and we have to be selfless. You know, it's not about the individual, it's about the team, and if we all give in to what the team needs to do to be better, then we'll be okay.
It is a work in progress, LeBron. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long, everyone.